This video is on piecewise functions. On this video, we're going to be evaluating the piecewise functions. So what we're given is we're given f of x, and we're given two different graphs, but we have restrictions. So what we need to determine is on our problems which restriction they will go to so that we can plug it into the correct equation. Because these are all f's, f of something, so it'll go into here, but we need to know which one it goes to. So I have two different equations. I'm going to use pink and blue to represent them. So I just need to know which one they'll go to. So this first one, f of 2, that's an x value of 2. 2 is not smaller than or equal to a negative 2. 2 is bigger than negative 2. So actually this one will go to that blue equation. So we would write this as negative 2 in that blue equation, parentheses, the positive 2 that we want to plug in, plus the 5. So that will equal to a positive 1. So f of 2 would equal to a positive 1. With f of 4, is 4 less than or equal to negative 2? No. Is 4 greater than negative 2? Yes. So this will also go to that blue equation. So we would write out negative 2 parentheses, but this time we're putting in the 4, close parentheses, plus 5. So that will be negative 8 plus 5 is negative 3. So that would be our evaluating of it. This next one, negative 2. Is negative 2 less than or equal to negative 2? Yes. Is negative 2 bigger than negative 2? No. And remember, it can't be yes to both of them. It can only be yes to one of them. So this actually goes to the first equation, that pink one. So I would put in parentheses negative 2 because of that x plus 3. Negative 2 plus 3 is a positive 1. So we have evaluated those. You just have to figure out which restriction it goes to and plug it into the equation for it. So for this next example, I have 3, so I'm going to use my green, pink, and blue again. So I'm going to use pink, blue, and green. So pink, blue, and green. So that's first, second, third. Alright, so the first one, 1. Is 1 smaller than or equal to negative 3? No. Is 1 between negative 3 and 1? It's equal to 1, so yes, it should be the blue. And then is 1 bigger than 1? No, so it should be the blue. So I'm going to go through and just do the colors first, so I can write them out. So let's go to the f of 4. So 4. Is 4 smaller than or equal to negative 3? No. Is 4 bigger than negative 3 and smaller than 1? No. 4 is bigger than 1. Yes, so this would be green. Negative 3. Is negative 3 less than or equal to negative 3? Yes, because it's equal to negative 3. So it should be the pink one. 0. Is 0 smaller than or equal to negative 3? No. Is 0 between negative 3 and 1? Yes, so it should be the blue. 7. Is 7 smaller than negative 3? No. Is 7 between negative 3 and 1? No. Is 7 bigger than 1? Yes. So it's going to be the green. So now we can go back and just plug them in to the same equations that they go along with. So I'll do the blues first because it's the first one. So blue. The blue was that 3x plus 2. So this will be 3 parentheses 1 plus 2. And then the other blue one is down here. This will be 3 parentheses 0 plus 2. So 3 times 1 plus 2 is 5. Then this one, 3 times 0 plus 2 is 2. So we've evaluated those. Then I'll do the green. We have 2 green ones. So the green went with this negative 2 thirds times 4 plus 5 thirds. And we also have this one, so that's also a negative 2 thirds times 7 plus 5 thirds. And you can put this in your calculator. So we have parentheses negative 2 divided by 3, parentheses 4, close parentheses, plus parentheses 5 divided by 3 because they're fractions. That gives us a negative 1. So this one is equal to a negative 1. Now I'm actually going to keep this in here because the next green one, I just have to change my 4 to be a 7. So I can press second enter and it brings that same thing back up. I'm going to go change that 4 to be the 7. I'm just going to type 7 over top of it and then press enter. That'll give me a negative 3. So this is equal to a negative 3. The last one is the pink one. So I have negative x, so negative parentheses. X is our negative 3. Negative times negative 3 is a positive 3. This last one, we're going to do the same thing. We just have more of them. So we're going to go do, again, the pink, blue, and green. So pink, blue, and green. It's kind of hard to distinguish between the blue and the green. All right, so pink, blue, or green? 0. Is 0 less than negative 1? No. Is 0 between negative 1 and 3? Yes, so it's blue. 4. 4 is bigger than 3, so it's going to be the green. 2. 2 is between negative 1 and 3, so it's going to be the blue. 7. 7 is bigger than 3, so it's going to be the green. Negative 4. Negative 4 is smaller than negative 1, so it's going to be pink. Negative 1. Negative 1 is smaller than negative 1? No. Negative 1 is bigger than negative 1? No. Negative 1 is bigger than 3? No. This actually is not in any of these. So this does not exist. We can actually go ahead and put this does not happen to any of these. Does not exist. So we can put a D in E for does not exist because we don't have any of that. Negative 1 doesn't fit any of those. Negative 5. Negative 5 is smaller than negative 1, so it's pink. Let's go and do, I'm going to again focus on, I'll do all the blues first. So the blues go into this equation. So parentheses, 0 minus 1, parentheses squared, plus 2. That's negative 1 squared is 1, plus 2 is 3. Do the same thing here, so I'll have parentheses, but it's going to be 2 minus 1, parentheses squared, plus 2. So again, 2 minus 1 is 1, squared is 1, plus 2 is still 3. Those are all the blues. Then the greens. So in the green, we don't have to plug anything in. The answer is automatically just 1. This is automatically just 1. I can't plug 4 into anything because this is your answer. So for h of 7, for this one, it's again just 1. Because you cannot plug anything, you cannot plug a 7 into this equation because it's just 1. So for the pink is the top one. This is the square root of negative parentheses, negative 4 plus 1, close parentheses, and then minus 1. So inside here, that's negative 4 plus 3 is negative 3 times the negative is positive 3. So that's the square root of 3 minus 1. Well, the square root of 3 wants to stay as the square root of 3, and then we put minus 1. So that's actually your answer. It would give you a decimal, but we're going to keep it like this because it's just square root of 3 minus 1. On this one, we're going to do the same thing. So square root of negative parentheses, negative 5 plus 1, close parentheses. Then we have minus 1 on the outside. So we have negative 5 plus 1 is negative 4, times the negative is a positive 4. So this is square root of 4. The square root of 4 is 2, so this is 2 minus 1. That's actually just equal to a positive 1. So again, you find the restriction that your x value goes to and determine which color it needs to go to.